up, guys? I'm back. You guys want to know the funniest thing that happened? So I freaking left my game on while I was sleeping. Like, Cavs versus Warriors, I left that game on. Now I'm an L3. I was so freaking.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game marks the end of the stretch at home for the Cavaliers back on the road. So for Phoenix, their last game a win against the 76ers.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big time.
John Lewis out there with Chandler. Then there's Bledsoe, and it's Booker in at the 2 spot.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit... of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Here's Chandler. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboard right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Smith outside. The screen from Thompson. Off the screen. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed a big contract coming into the season. And now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
Talking about Eric Bledsoe's contract, many insiders felt like it was too much for a sporadic talent. We knew that he was the good backup in Los Angeles with the Clippers and going to Phoenix in a more prominent role. You know, but he went on to have a dynamic season, proving that, you know, Greg, and you know this position so well, he has the ability to be one of the best league's combo guards.
I agree. I mean, consistency will tell the tale when it comes to Bledsoe. I mean, the rebounds and assists, the averages were up last year, but his shooting percentages were down. So is Bledsoe a near max level player? Only time will tell.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with the head coach for the Suns. I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up, because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Knights checked in for the Suns. Let's take this moment to bring you a leaderboard featuring a very well-rounded group, the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA the last year. The list, LeBron James.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, I think they all have that little bit of extra edge to their game that allows them to put up the kind of rebound numbers usually you only see from power forwards.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here. A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the Suns and how they rank in the NBA right now. Third in steals, third in fast break points. And this is also what I would call a pretty solid offensive rebounding team. I mean, they've got a top 10 ranking in the second chance points category.
And you look at all those steals. I mean, they play an in-your-face aggressive style of defense. Even advancing the ball can prove to be a challenge, and they tend to feed off of that.
Channing Frye's checked in for Cleveland. Matthew Dellavedova comes in for Smith. The Cavaliers trail by 5. LeBron outside. Soft touch off the glass. LeBron's got 5 now.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is...
Great D that time from Freak. For Cleveland, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. The feed now to LeBron. Takes a 3. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Outside Knight. Again, the miss by Knight.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
It's all good, guys. All good.
Back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Mozgov, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Shumpert comes in for Freak, and Phoenix also making a switch. Good. Here's Price. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Lonnie Price out there at Bledsoe. Then it's John Lure, and it's Chandler, and it's Booker in at the 3 slot. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Smith dishes to Thompson. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim. And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, but didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Puts up the baby hook. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best 3-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles, sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Both free throws good from Smith. Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team.
Yeah.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Bledsoe outside. From deep. Chandler kicks to Lure. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And Thompson throws it down.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Left side, Price. Three-pointer. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Back to Bledsoe. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Booker. Nice open look, but it's no good.
I guess even he is one of those once in a while.
Here's Brooks. And there's another one for the Cavaliers. 1:30 left in the first half of the game. To the left side wing. Here's Booker. And the basket for the fourth time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Just a positive force right now for these guys. And though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Inside, here's Love. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists tonight.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
The Cavaliers leading by 16. Freak passes to Irving. Love outside. Thompson sets the pick for Smith. And a wide open look for Irving. And the 3 ball is good. Irving's got 7. Phoenix has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. This is to Price. Uncovered. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jump.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. LeBron comes in for Kevin Love. Amon Shumpert's checked in for Smith. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Knight into the lane. And stolen by James. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find.
Just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Archie Goodwin. Timeout, please. Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girls.
So it's the Cavaliers now. Shumpert. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Cleveland ahead, just dominating this one. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Okay, guys, great work in the first half. That's how you take care of business on your home court. Couple things. On offense, we couldn't have been better. Ideal game plan, and you guys have carried it out to perfection. No going easy on them in the second half. We're going for the throat. One thing I liked, our passing, getting a lot of assists. Unselfish passing can get us into a nice rhythm, and that's how we get ourselves on a run. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. That's it for now, guys. Let's go get that W.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third.
An excellent game we've seen from LeBron. 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of.
So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
And now let's...
Thank you, Kevin.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. Right out of the gates, he came out strong, making his first 3 shots and helping establish some offensive rhythm.
There's no doubt about it. This guy is a leader. He was in attack mode all night, calling for and delivering in some big plays in basketball. His point total shows everything that I'm talking about. The defense was like, what am I going to do? And he was like, nothing, because I'm toying with you.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show.
As I was saying, got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff. Your evil twins, CC and Dom, got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your images cost you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right.
Nah. It's always good in the hood. Let's not forget, I am a student of human nature. All right? Take your man here. He's playing this here video game is to not address the reason why his brand Jordan sneakers are sitting on store shelves collecting dust.
Ooh. Ouch.
Okay, what are your suggestions, Victor?
He wants you to rob a bodega. I'm sorry.
Some people say you're just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Because people just don't know.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try to make these 2 games right quick, and I'm gonna for about
going up against
an hour
him.
Or two. Probably.
You almost just hope you don't end up on a poster.
Let's get it.
No matter the consequences. Gotta earn my stripes sometime, you know? Here we go.
Sports checks in with their loyal viewers with the broadcast from Los Angeles, the home of the Clippers, the Staples Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This homestand ends here for the Clippers as they get ready to hit the road. They have had some success, but still a lot to prove, sitting 14 games out of the top slot.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, it looks at this point like they will not enjoy home court advantage in the postseason. That was a spot that a lot of people had them penciled into at one point.
Well, regardless of whatever spot they have, I look for them to be as dangerous as ever in the postseason.
A look at Cleveland's starting group. Kyrie Irving and J.R.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Griffin. Pierce comes in for Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Thompson. Shumpert comes in for Kevin Love. Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Smith. And Freak subbed in for Irving. Jordan the screen. Clock is at 3. Here's Pierce. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And now a look at LeBron James here. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. Averaging 25 points per, 7 assists, and 8 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. No good on that one.
Austin Rivers.
Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
3-on-3. Here's Crawford. It's hauled in by LeBron.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here's Freak. Shoots. And it's James missing.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
This is a list of the guys that have been dialed in at the free throw line lately since the All-Star break. No one has been better. 5th on the list, Jamal Crawford.
And one look at his numbers since the break, and you can see how comfortable he's been at the foul line.
The Cavaliers shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Rivers. 9 points last game out. Now Cleveland moving it up. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go.
One shot.
And here in the second, with about a minute and a half gone by, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Cole Aldrich is out there with Griffin, and it's Green in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Here's Aldrich. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Paul goes in. Lock at 6. Griffin. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. 8 points for Blake Griffin.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
And, guys, Blake Griffin is going to...
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails into the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Green with the block. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Freak sets a screen for Smith. Love wide open. He fires.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And Griffin slams it in.
Maybe that'll ignite him. I mean, impossible not to get pumped up after that. At least I think that would be the case.
Well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are. Look at them. They are pumped up.
Yeah, they're geek.
And that's what the alley-oops guys will do for your team.
Back to Love. Wide open look. Jump shot is good. Love's got the lead up to 7 now for Cleveland.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Green kicks to Paul. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Chris Paul, for the last decade, the best point guard in the NBA. Now, there's some new competition, though, with Steph Curry breaking through to NBA stardom. And it's always exciting to watch these two go head-to-head.
How would you compare Chris Paul and Steph Curry?
Well, Steph Curry is just an off-the-chart shooter. I think the best in the history of the game in overall shot-making and creativity. As far as shooting goes, Paul is more of an orchestrator, a maestro supreme.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Redick kicks to Paul. Outside Griffin. Griffin draws the double. Shot clock at 5. Paul gets the assist. Redick's got 7 now in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Irving kicks to Smith. Thompson, a screen on Green. And a wide open look for Freak. Redick with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Cleveland ahead, up by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the...
Hi, Kevin.
Let's talk about some crucial areas from the...
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break. And Los Angeles with some changes. Aldridge comes in for Jordan. And it's Crawford in for Jeff Green. And then for Cleveland, Iman Shumpert has come in for Thompson. And Freak subbed in for J.R. Smith. On the court for Cleveland, Brooks in at shooting guard. Iman Shumpert is out there with LeBron James. And there's Irving. And it's Love in at the 5 down low. Shumpert with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. There's the dish to Irving. He's looking for Love and finds him. Crawford against Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Good on the baseline, Jay. Irving's got 10 points.
And really, it looks like he may just... try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Redick with the 3, and the Clippers miss again.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
And it's Freak missing. Clippers trail by 12. Paul outside. To the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Love. And here we go. Shumpert heading to the hoop. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Chris Paul picks up that one. And Los Angeles with some changes. Paul Pierce is checked in for... The Clippers running out of time. Redick and Crawford, the sharpshooters outside. Pierce is out there with DeAndre Jordan. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. It's Pierce with the drive. Makes it off the glass.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
For the Los Angeles Clippers, they come in off a good outing against New York. Crawford against LeBron. And they double up James. And here's Love for 3. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Paul with the steal.
Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Pierce for 3. Can't get it to go. LeBron outside. There's the pass to Freak. Pulls it up. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a...
LeBron, for so many years, a Doc Rivers coach team has stood between you and what you have always tried to achieve. Now,
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin, and now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night.
I don't know if I'm
going to
do
again
this
soon, but not soon enough.
I don't know if I'm going to do this one, guys, but I'll try and do it.
Yo, freak, what's up, baby? What's up? We see you.
Yo. What up?
Basquiat, let's go. Got that art for y'all, that real spit. They call me Basquiat. The Harlem take my pockets full of fat knots, making all the ladies drop. Paint me street corners green, my bank notes the color bills seen. Half man, half amazing. Call me Simi out the demigod. Halo crown with the dollar sign, got a pulpit. A ghetto saint to a grand designs, call me focus. Before the Basquiats, the streets is hopeless. I'm that Harlem Saint painting pictures, making new kind of skill, banking up to 12 figures. They call me Basquiat, pockets full of fat knots, dust to dawn. Your boy makes the street pop, got it on lock, body don't stop, make it hot. Love it when the bunnies bounce when they on top. Basquiat, I got 107 C's, making waves so the world knows me. Basquiat, my pocket go deep, I dive in the heights, get up and then creep. I'm on my hustle and grind, I'm all about my money, no time for playing games when the game ain't funny.
I never had this feeling.
Alright, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace.